Morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmate. And this is my report of post-1986 agrarian reform. The overthrow of Marcos and the 1987 constitution resulted in a renewed interest and attention to agrarian reform as President Corazon Aquino invention agrarian reform to be centerpiece of administration social legislation, which proved difficult because her background betrayed her. She came from a family of a wealthy and landed land that owned the Hacienda Lucita. On July on 22 July 1987, Aquino issued Presidential Proclamation 131 and Executive Order 229, which outlined her land reform program. In 1988, the Congress passed Republic Act No. 6657, or the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law, or CARL, which introduced the program with the same name, Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, or CARP. It enabled the distribution of agricultural land to the tenant farmer from landowner who were paid in exchange by the government through just compensation, and allowed them to retain not more than 5 hectares. Corporate landowners were, however, allowed under law to voluntarily divest a proportion of their capital stock, equality, or participation in favor of their worker or other qualified beneficiaries instead of turning over their land to the government. CARP was limited because it accomplished very little during the administration of Aquino. It only accomplished 22.5% of land distribution. 6 years, owing the fact that Congress, dominated by the landed elite, was unwilling to fund the high compensation cost of the program. It was also mired in controversy since Aquino seemingly bowed down to the pressure of her relatives by allowing the stock redistribution options. Hacienda Lucita reorganized itself into a corporation and distributed stock to farmers. Under the term of President Ramos, CARP implementation was speeded in order to meet the 10 years time frame. Despite limitation and constraint in funding, logistic, and participation of involving sectors, by 1996, the Department of Agrarian Reform, or DAR, distributed only 58.25% of the total area target to be covered by the program. To address the lacking funding and the dwindling time for the implementation of CARP, Ramos signed Republic Act No. 8532 in 1986 to amend the CARL and extended the program into 10 years. So, tungod ni Ramos, paglingkod ni Ramos dahi, gi-extend siya og 10 years sa agrarian reform, uh, para makuha to ilahang gi-target nga kuan. Gikuha lang yung target nga task or lang kinahanglan. Carper and the Future Agrarian Reform in the Philippines. The new deadline of CARP expired in 2008, leaving 1.2 million farmer beneficiaries and 1.6 million hectares of agricultural land to be distributed to farmers in 2009. President Arroyo signed Republic Act No. 9700, or the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program extension, with the form CARPER, the mandatory law that extended the deadline to 5 more years. Section 30 of the law also mandates that any case or proceeding involving the implementation of the provision of CARP was amended, which may remain pending on June 30, 2014, shall be allowed to process to its finality and executed even beyond such date. So mo din itong gi-extend ni Ramos nga 10 years sa para sa farmers nga yahang sa tawag ano ay yahang project nga Yeah. So 2008 na expire iyang project na 10 years. So pag lingkod na pud ni Arroyo, ihanap mo ihaman at ang gi-extend na pud og 5 years more or sa kaplayo pa sa 5 years para sa farmers na to. 2009 to 2014, Carper has distributed a total 1 million hectares of land to 900,000 farmers. Beneficiaries, after 27 years of land reform and two Aquino administration, 500,000 hectares of the land remain undistributed. The DAR and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DNR are the government agencies mandated to fulfill CARP and CARPER, but even the combined effort and resources of two agencies have proved incapable of fully achieving the goal of agrarian reform in the Philippines. The same problem have plagued in implementation the powerful landed elite and the ineffectual bureaucracy of the Philippines government. Until these two challenges are surmounted, unique agrarian reform in the Philippines remain but a dream to a Filipino farmer who have been fighting for the rights to land ownership for centuries. So good atong 2019 to 2014 dako sila og na-distribute nga yuta para sa tuang farmers. So, 1 million ilahang na-donate nga youth hectares para sa tuang farmers nga 900,000 sila kabuok. So hakuan gamay nili ko lang para mag 1 million pud sila. So after sa 27 years sa duha ka Aquino administration nabilin nga 500,000 hectares of land remain undistributed. Then sa duha ka agencies nga DAR og DNR bisan sa ilang effort and sa ilang mga resources dili nila fulfill ilahang goal nga dili ma-fulfill nila nga mahatag nila tanan diri sa farmers ang nahatag nga hectares para sa tuang farmers. Evolution of Philippine taxation. In today's world, taxation is a reality that all citizens must contend with for the primary reason that government raise revenue from the people they govern to be able to function fully. In exchange for the taxes that people pay, the government promise to improve the citizen life through good government. Taxation as a government mechanism to respond, develop, and involve through time. In the context of the Philippines, we must understand that it came with our colonial experience. So diri na to nagsugod ang tax sa tuwa diri sa Pilipinas. Wait. Revenue from the people government able to function fully in exchange. So kung nasa plitan si sample is na may sweldo din kinahanglan ta mo hatag para sa buhis or sa tax para sa ato ang gobyerno. Taxation in Spanish Philippines. The Philippines may have abundant natural resources even before the increment of the Spaniards, but our ancestors were mainly involved in a subsistence economy, and while the payment of tribute or taxes o buwis o handog for or the obligation to provide labor services to the datus in simply early Filipinos communities in the Philippines may assemble taxation. It essentially different from the contemporary meaning of the concept. So diri na to sumpay to sa manitong sa buwis na to nga so niya mini substance economy well the payment of tribute datay kinahanglan bayaran sa gobyerno nga sa atong buhis. Thank you, and this is my report.